check out colossalproductions.com. Austin, we appreciate the time as always. What do you think about this game against Vanderbilt tomorrow? What stands out to you in terms of what Tennessee needs to do, what Tennessee needs to keep Vanderbilt from doing tomorrow?
Well, first off, I want to say happy Thanksgiving. Second off, I want to say bingo because I had my bingo card when you said kerfuffle. As for the game tomorrow, I like Tennessee's chances in this game. I think that the way this thing sets up pretty well for Tennessee. Vanderbilt's a really solid football team. I think defensively they are not as good as they are offensively. Obviously, I think for Vanderbilt to win this game, it probably needs to be a shootout. They got to score a lot of points because I think they're going to give up a lot of points. And so Diego Pavia is the guy that drives the train there on this, Josh. And, if Tennessee's, to win this game, they're going to have to find a way to – you're not going to stop him, but, slow him down. He might get some yards, but you got to, make him kick field goals, make them turn the football over, get them off, get them off the field, and don't let them extend drives. So it's a Tennessee defense that seems to be playing its, best football to this point later in the year as they get healthier.
What's the health status of this football team? Last 2 weeks, a couple guys went out, injury. This is the last regular season game. They got plenty of time to heal up and rest after this one, but. Who's available, who's not going to be available?
Yeah, as far as the availability reports, there's really only two names on it that matter, right? Everybody else has been labeled as out, and that's Peyton Lewis, and I'm not sure about him. And I don't think that necessarily matters just because Tennessee's probably, going and giving Deshaun Bishop a few more carries probably isn't a bad thing. At this point. And then Jordan Ross, barring any kind of setback late in the week, should be good to go for tomorrow. So that's kind of where we're at injury-wise as we head into the final game of the regular season.
Austin Price, Volquest.com, is with us. What's standing out on the recruiting front as we're getting close to Tennessee trying to put names on paper and wrap up things with this 2026 class? What are you paying attention to right now?
Tennessee's got 6 visitors coming in this weekend, official visitors, and I think they're focused on adding defensive linemen, whether it be from the high school ranks, the junior college ranks, or the transfer portal. Obviously, they'd love to add guys like J.J. Finch and or Jordan Carter, who are not here this weekend. The Finch, Tennessee, Alabama, he's an Alabama commit since the summertime, but Tennessee's kind of work that one enough to where you feel like it's a real coin flip down the stretch here between Tennessee and Alabama. And then Carter seems like a total coin flip between Tennessee and Georgia Tech. So that's where we're at with those two. They'll have Carter Gooden in, Jalen Thomas, a few different guys in this weekend. As far as official visitors, Tennessee would, they've continued to work other players in this recruiting class, even a guy like Legend Bay who, flipped from Tennessee to Ohio State. They're trying to, see if they can pull off a last-second deal here and flip him back. We'll see what happens there over the next, 4 or 5 days before signing day gets here. And then you have to worry about players that are committed to you, like a Celesi Moa, who's taking an official visit to Michigan this weekend.
I was getting ready to ask you that, AP. If you're Tennessee, you're pretty set at wide receiver. And, Legend Bay, receiver. You got Moa as a receiver. How much effort do you put in, keeping those guys, knowing that, hey, you probably need some help in other places, and you're pretty good at receiver with, some of the young players you have this year that's going to be coming back next year?
Well, I think you certainly don't want to lose both, right? You've lost Bay. You're trying to take a shot in the dark, see if you can flip him back here. And then Moa is – and has been committed to you for, since the summertime and is going to take this last-second visit to Michigan. Losing one would sting. Losing both would be somewhat of a blow. It doesn't matter how deep you are. You don't want to lose quality players, and both those guys have proven to be pretty dynamic with the ball in their hands at the high school level. So I think, for Tennessee, you'd love to have both. You definitely want one, and you don't want to lose both.
Austin Price is with us, Volquest.com, where you can read and keep up with his work. He joins us each week thanks to Colossal Productions. The regular season will wrap up tomorrow. What does it look like with Tennessee players having decisions to make for the NFL draft? There will also be the transfer portal to talk about heading toward January, but the 2026 conversation begins after tomorrow.
It does, and a lot of the chatter will happen by agents, right? So-and-so plans to enter the portal in January. So-and-so is planning to enter the portal or whatever. You're not going to see a whole lot of schools talking about things. So it's going to be a lot of it through the kids and or their agents, but mostly the agents. And Tennessee will be working to work on some deals. They've already, gotten some deals done behind the scenes for players for next year, which is a good positive sign. There are also players like a Lance Hurd. What does he want to do? I think, most of the season everybody expected Lance Hurd to turn pro, and as we get further down the line, I think it's more of a coin flip here on what does Lance Hurd want to do. How does that affect a guy like David Sanders, who knew he'd play right tackle as a freshman, but plans on playing left tackle next year? So how does that affect him if Tennessee elects to bring Lance Hurd back? What is the trickle-down effect of some of the stuff? Arion Carter, I think, 6 weeks into the season, was most likely headed off to the NFL draft. Then he gets double turf toe, plays a few games where, he probably doesn't look super athletic because he's trying to gut through it and be a good teammate. And that probably hurt his stock a little bit. What does he do? I think all those questions, have to be answered over the next few weeks. And then who is on your roster that is going to ask for some crazy amount of money that you're just going to go, that's just, we can better spend our money elsewhere. I mean, that's bound to happen too for all schools, right? I mean, agents get in the head of these players and or parents and tell them some numbers that, might be realistic, but, it's going to cause them to go to a school that maybe doesn't win as much, or they're unrealistic, but the parents don't know that, or the kid doesn't know that. And then they knee-jerk the decision. So a lot to happen over the next 5 to 6 weeks as we get going before the portal officially opens, and then it'll be kind of more front and center. But right now, a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes.
Mr. Austin Priceless, is that what they call you, sir? I think so. You said one of those deals or some of those deals have been kind of done behind the scenes. Are you at liberty to tell us if one of those deals is Braylon Staley, sir? Because we need that one done.
I don't want to talk about the specific players because that's a lot of that's up to the kid and the agent and all that to kind of announce that type of thing. But there are a number of deals, and he's one of them that Tennessee was really focused on, making sure that they take good care of him. It would be pretty shocking if he wasn't one of those that, didn't get done and something happened there. Whether it, officially done or not, I don't want to speculate on that, but I know that there's a number of guys that they've gotten some deals done with heading into the 2026 season, and I do expect him back here next year. I think he's very happy in orange, and I think Tennessee will do whatever it takes to make sure he's back in orange.
Good answer.
That'll make Tennessee fans happy, too. Braylon Staley's had a terrific season in his second year on campus for Tennessee. Volquest.com, where you can check out the work from Austin and his colleagues with the football game tomorrow, with recruiting, with upcoming transfer portal. There's a lot to keep up with. Volquest.com is where the work is, plus Tennessee basketball, other sports as well, at Volquest. And Austin joins us thanks to Colossal Productions. Austin, thank you for the time. A happy Thanksgiving to you. Christmas season is fully underway, as I know it has been for you for a while. We'll see you at Neyland Stadium tomorrow. We'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, we'll see if you and Swain can avoid a kerfuffle at the ice cream den at halftime. See you, boys.